shot, kidneys always bruised. Your daddy's girl, it became you. In the front seat, you pulled me close, kissed my lips, it tasted like flashes of crosswords and chamomile. The years pass like a Ferris wheel. Tiny fractures in the form. The days we live are so much more. Got a little place near the beach. We watch the sailboats out at sea. And we ride along the Palisades. Love is just a summer day. If you hold tide, it starts to fade. Let it go, then it floats away. In time, will you remember me? For a second, we had everything.
See how long that lasts. Now I need to double check to make sure. Yes, save changes. Things actually are streaming today. Oh god, we're not doing that. I hate auto-tune. Massive thanks to the Midnight for saying it's apparently okay to use their stuff for at least Twitch streams. I'll probably get shellacked on YouTube, but frig it, I say. Okay, well, I'm streaming somewhere. Okay, Twitch is coming through. Is YouTube coming through? Probably not. Come on. YouTube apparently is coming through. That's something. And Facebook looks like it's coming through. I have to double check now because it turns out it hasn't always been working. So, we should be about good. Okay, so my life schedule has been chaotic to say the least. So I haven't been able to do this at all for like the last month. That is likely going to last at least another month, but we'll see. Oh, hi Punkbuster. I too have been unable to play Warframe much. I, for instance, have not been able to make any headway whatsoever on the new quest. I got like halfway through the first day it dropped and then have had no time since. So here we are. So, Zaku, they're fine. They're fine, I guess. I guess I'm not that big a fan of the dashy, zippy instead of dodge roll frames, but people get upset now apparently when you mess up their personal pronouns, even if they're otherwise inanimate objects, like Warframes are. Okay, they're technically animate, technically they're living, but they're not sentient. I don't care what anyone says. They are not thinking, with the notable exception of Excalibur Umbra, who has demonstrably had a personality downloaded into their, whatever they're using, brain case, their technocyte viral masses. But Zaku's an interesting, they're interesting. For a frame where they took a bunch of kinda mediocre abilities and slapped them all into one chassis. It's almost like it was made by the developer council or something. I say that as, design council, not developer council. I say that as someone who is on and has participated in the design council. I don't know why. This is not my status build. I can make do with 50% status. So, main practical upshot of Zaku, from what little I've played. Somebody was kind enough to gift me the deluxe for some reason. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but they did. I'm not even totally sure who did. I asked, and the person I thought it was said that they didn't, but oh well. So they're fine. Main practical upshot is their one, which grants void damage. That's it. That's all it does. It adds on. I think it's additive. There are no other real sources of void damage for your weapons, so it's just added damage at that point. Good for status, getting more status effects running at any given time, which is nice. Creates a little mag-style bullet attractor bubble around an enemy when the status procs, which means you can't hit their weak points all that effectively very often, unfortunately, but it's more damage, so that's good. His 2 there to her, it's 2. Does Grasp of Loke is basically like a really short range version of Loki's radial disarm that takes the disarmed stuff and puts it as a couple guns floating around your side, which shoot every once in a blue moon, doing some amount of damage, usually not very much. There are 3 I still have to fiddle with more, because it seems sort of like 3 really questionable abilities wrapped into one to make for an expensive, very questionable ability. I've had very little luck doing anything productive at all with these abilities. Part of the difficulty I'm having with Zaku is duration. Like, for their 2, I have maxed duration, and admittedly it's rank 2 right now, so it actually will be around longer and have a longer range, but it still, like, caps out at 30-odd seconds at max duration modding, which is kind of underwhelming. At base level, it's like 10, 15 seconds. It's pretty pitiful. Most of the abilities on... Let's go through the tips, because I can't even remember what they do anymore, because it's been weeks now. A week? A week. Where are you? It's the Lost. Accuse, Gaze, and Deny. Where are you? Accuse creates a fissure which corrupts enemies within range. It's basically like Revenant's 1, but not as good. His 1? Yes, his 1. It's like Mind Control, except you can use it on multiple enemies and they die. You can kill them still. You can also use your 2 on them, which is useful. So it's crowd control. Gaze is crowd control that locks 2 enemies in place and reduces the armor or shields of anybody else in the area, which is nice, I guess. Shields are pretty pointless. Armor stripping is good, though, because Grineer still remain the only non-trivial enemies in the entire game, which remains very frustrating to frag. And then Deny does something. It's like a damage ability, and who cares? Like, it's a kind of expensive damage ability. It's like 75 energy, so it's like, okay. So, Zaku is fine. Oh, they have a 4. That's right. So, cast Deny to fire a beam that deals void damage and can clear sentient damage resistances, which you can do by using your 1 and shooting at them. Or hitting them with a sword. Whatever. Enemies that survive the blow are suspended in the air. More crowd control. And then, therefore, the Vast Untime is kind of like Absorb, but bad. It's an ability that costs like 100 energy at base level without any streamline or anything like that to cast, and then has a drain per second on top of that while it's active. The practical upshot of the ability is that by pressing your 4 button, you do some damage to everything in a radius, but you also weaken them against void damage, which is significant, considering you revolve around that for 1 1/3 of your ability. Well, okay, 2 1/3 of your abilities. 4 if you include whatever. You use it. You use void damage. Saku. It also puts you, while your energy is draining, into this spooky, scary skeleton alien thing rolling around that has like 75% chance for bullets to basically just go through. I don't actually know if that dodge chance works with melee. I know Zaku's dodge chance works differently than other evasion chances. It's more like Baruch's one, where damage just kind of goes through you and you ignore it. You still, quote, take the hit, unquote, but you don't take the damage. Except I don't actually know if Zaku's dodge chance works on melee. I need to look that up. Give me 5 seconds. Okay, it's going to be a lot longer than 5 seconds, but let's look it up anyway. Here we go. No, that's shoot. Okay, fine. It's gonna do this. Warframe Wiki. There we go. So yeah, thanks again to the Midnight for allowing people to stream their music while streaming. I don't get money for any of these, so propriety is a non-issue. Where are you, Zaku? There you are, or however that's pronounced. Abilities, let's check passive. Shifting their pieces unpredictably, Zaku has a 25% chance to cause incoming enemy projectiles to harmlessly phase through themselves. Wait, the projectiles phase through... Never mind. That's questionably worded, but they're going with the whole they pronoun, I guess. Passive values are not affected by mods, affect solid and energy projectiles such as bombard rockets and MOA energy bolts, does not negate damage from explosions. Okay, that doesn't tell me the information I was looking for, so let's, real quick, Google Warframe Zaku dodge melee damage. And it helps if I spell. Well, I'm not seeing anything that immediately tells me that he can dodge melee. I'm assuming, therefore, that they cannot. Because so little else does. I know Baruch's does not dodge melee. Like, you will take full melee damage. Or, wait, no. Baruch's does dodge melee. If you've got it in a full radius. Or they're facing you properly. Hello. I play this game, I swear. In any case, my point about it being a different kind of dodging than regular evasion chance is that it kind of sort of stacks, I guess, with evasion chance. Because they operate differently. This is a chance for anything that's hitting you to just not hurt you. And evasion chance is a chance for enemy projectiles to just go wide. So if an enemy is shooting at you, the projectiles go over to your left instead of, say, onto you. They're very different. But they kind of, sort of, not really stack. Because they're two systems at work. One makes it so that less projectiles are headed your way. The other makes it so that projectiles headed your way don't necessarily hurt you. It's all pretty inconsequential when a level 100-something Grineer is going to kill you in 2 shots anyway, because that's the Grineer. They just kill you to death. A lot. You can't dodge a hit scan projectile, you can just not be where it was aimed. And that's where evasion comes in. This still needs to rank up. The Quasis, the Warfan, is fine. I think I kind of like the other Warfan a little better. This feels just sort of clunky for me to use for some reason. Although its heavy attack projectile shot is very nice. I like that. Projectile's good. I just have the world's worst time being able to actually connect with them. Because your aim, like, jiggles every time you do a heavy attack. Somebody's trying to tell me that they're watching Return of Ultraman. Happy for them. Watching Return of Ultraman should be everyone's priority. He's probably going to keep talking to me. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Nothing really special there. I haven't gotten through the entirety of the quest. I should really get on that so I can start farming up everything I need to farm up in order to get to the appropriate rank required to get Lippy Boy to be usable and be able to swap around frame powers and such. Helminth, also known as oh, what was the name of the giant plant in Little Shop of Horrors? Feed me, Seymour. Damn it. His name was Seymour. What was... whatever. It'll come to me. So in any case, Zaku. They're fine, I guess. They're not great. They're not bad. They feel like based on committee. Designed by committee, and that is not necessarily a good way to design things. They don't feel all that... It's sort of this disjointed play style. I'm sure when we get an augment that allows Zaku's 1 to be cast on allies, it'll be really nice. But otherwise, like, their 2 is okay because it acts like radial disarm, and radial disarm is fine. Except it's radial disarm, but vaguely relevant against infested. Whereas radial disarm does what? Something completely piddling, like 500 impact damage to infested or any enemies with melee weapons. Whereas this will stagger them, and then you'll have little void orbs floating around you that you can shoot. I think range affects the number of things you can grab from people. So doing a range plus duration build for Zaku would be relevant if you wanted to take advantage of Zaku's 2. Right now I'm going full duration, a little bit of strength because it's all I can fit at the moment, till I hit rank 30. And then I'll have 2 free points that I can put somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But yeah, they're fine, I guess. They're not bad. Whether I would take them over Oberon? I don't know. I don't know. Like, that's a toughie. Because Oberon at least has team support going for him, whereas this guy really, this collective amalgamation does not have team play going for them, really. They really don't have team buffs. They've got some self buffs and some crowd control, which I guess kind of counts. But they're kind of self-centered, I guess, which I'm not super thrilled with. I like frames that can buff. I like Protea, and that's, I guess, somewhat unpopular. I don't know. I think Protea is fine. Protea puts in work. Those shield orbs are great, mostly because of the changes to shield mechanics. Not so much because the orbs themselves provide that great a buff. They do a pretty good buff, but they're like, shield gating is great. So giving anyone but an Inaros or a Nidus, whatever, a big honkin' chunk of shields that regenerate quite quickly, constantly for the entire duration of the power. Yeah, it's kind of good. And you do it for cheap. And you can do it for almost your entire team at one go. And it works on pets. That's called being good. That's not even talking about all the other powers that Protea has, although her 3 is kind of like, okay, thanks for the ammo, I guess, and the occasional energy balls. That's nice. Health orbs are basically worthless. Sometimes I wonder why health orbs are even in the game. I really do, because they just Oh, I remember now. It's to proc equilibrium. That's right. Oh, Punk Buster, you invited me to a game. I see. Oh, I haven't done the today's. What do we got? An assassination, a spy, and a sabotage. Thoughts. I don't know if I want to deal with a spy mission right now. My brain isn't where it should be. I'm recovering right. I'm only just recently recovered from a really nasty intestinal bug, so I'm just like anything that takes any energy at all. I'm kind of like, how about no? I'm low effort today. I can do a spy. I mean, that's a corpus spy. I can do corpus spies in my sleep. So right now I don't have much room for team play, I'm afraid, Punkbuster, because I only have like, yikes, maybe another hour and 30 minutes tops, probably less, more like an hour, and I've got to bang out as much of the quest line as I can in that period, although it's starting halfway in, so I don't know. So maybe next time when I have time. I apologize. But we will get together at some point. I'm gonna just bang out this sortie real quick. Oh, I can't with Zaku though because he's not ranked 30. Grumball. Let me equip my comb then. Let me equip. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Protea. Got busy hyping her up. That is a her. I can use that pronoun. Yes. See, I like the front flip.
And I say, let the void bathe you in its beautiful.
I should have probably checked the Nightwave credit rewards to see if we have the oh geez, wow, I can't even remember what it's called. Never mind. The Grendel Glut helmet, I think it is, which I still don't have. It's one of the few helmets I do not have at the moment.
Most efficient operator. Orders has located the next bank of
I'm just gonna stay here for now. But yeah, Zaku I think could use a couple tweaks. Once they get a couple tweaks, they're gonna be really, really good. Most of them revolve around, I think a lot of them will just be like numerical tweaks for their 2 and their 3, I don't know. Part of me is like, just rework the 3, because I don't ever have a situation where I'm like, oh yeah, let me use Zaku's 3. Any of his their 3 abilities. Those sound great. I should really do a bad mind control. I should really do a...
Now, turn your attention to the reactor core. Locate the console and initiate the
that sort of
override.
thing. I'll survive this.
Overdrive sequence in progress. This will take a few moments. Do not allow Alan's personnel to reverse the sequence.
Alright, I'm guarding one of them. No. pew, pew. Am I doing this the right way? There we go. Oh? Oh. And then we make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you throw little throwing daggers every time you do a heavy melee. I have to do some tweaks because I think my regular melee attack speed is low, so my recovery animations are super long. Because ideally I think I want to be just mashing heavy attack and throwing them around a lot. But the stance's heavy attack animation is kind of questionable. You hop and bop a lot. There's an assassination after this. I'm not really sure what I want to bring for it. I really am not a huge fan of the new end mission screen. I really am not. I'll stay as Protea for now, although a spy mission is not ideal for her. It's not enough data at a glance. It's not as functional. It's like, oh, here's this cool form factor for an end mission victory reward screen, and I'm like, how about showing everything all in one screen like before? I didn't care that I had to scroll. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with the previous screen. Please don't freeze like this. It's frozen. There we go. I'll take C. Oh, nice. That didn't actually do anything. Very good. Thank you, lag. You're great. So yeah, that's how that is. I have opinions on user interface design, and Warframe has lately tended to make their user interface worse rather than better. It's like for every awesome tile set redesign they do, they go and they take a user interface and make it almost unusable. It's supposed to be user-friendly interface. Why we do UI the way we do. They have an entire thread up. They don't really ever say, we'd like to make UIs more difficult than they need to be because...
Hold up. Detecting
I don't care about the glass, guys. I really don't.
You're nearing the console.
There we
Trigger
go.
the alarms
Nice.
now and
Camera.
move
What?
to strike.
Open! Thank you!
Where are they coming from?
Oh, that didn't kill him. Cool. Please open.
You've triggered the alarms.
Hell with it.
Lose this data and the mission will be failure. Looks like heavy activity ahead.
Oh, nice. It's, well, that's good.
Triggered the alarms. Lose this data and the mission will be
We're fine.
failure.
10 seconds? I can do this if the door opens, if the door opens, if the door opens. Ah, son of an American pig dog. If that door had opened, it would have been fine. Nice, and now I'm stuck in this screen. Oh. Yeah, so this user interface is bad. For the end mission screen, it's just not good. It's not functional. Functionality for a user interface should be number 1. It looking pretty should be like number 759 on the list. It should be way down there. functionality, displaying maximum amount of usable data, everything comes before form and how it looks. And right now, the end mission screen just makes me want to bang my head into a wall. Because I'm like, it's not really telling me when I'm loaded back into the orbiter. And I know a ton of it was done just for that. They were like, oh, we want to hide the fact that there's a loading transition. I'm like, I want to see the loading transition. Then I know something's working and I can stop mashing escape. It's so stupid. Take C. I'm trying to multitask and it's not working. I know I hit my one before, but obviously got interrupted.
Be on the lookout for increased security measures.
Hopefully the doors will open on time as opposed to not open at all. Oh jeez, it's still another... This revamped Corpus ship tile set takes quite a while to traverse, I find. It feels like they took the scale on everything in the Corpus ship tile set and then just like magnified it by not quite 50%. It's like 25% larger than it was. So your 10-hour relatively, or your Warframes are relatively smaller compared to all the everything else. That, and they added like a ton of additional detail and verticality, which I like. I like verticality. I'm a big fan of verticality. Oh, so it's going to be like this again. I see. The door hasn't opened. Door hasn't opened. Door still hasn't opened. Please open. So, my cloak got completely wasted by lag, so thank you so much for that. Why am I rolling that way? That makes no sense. I was facing the opposite direction. And holding back. Like on the one hand, yay, these move a lot slower. There's still a hole on the ceiling, right? Yes, but I can't open it. Because that would be too easy, I guess.
You triggered the alarms. Lose this data. It'll be a complete failure.
Nice. Okay, fine. I'm gonna have to do these solo, I can tell already. That's the wrong air support charge. Yeah, so that was terrible. I must have changed my air support charge to the wrong one, so that's nice. Now, what did I put to sleep? I don't remember that being a thing. I thought it was a shockwave. Must be thinking of another one. Why am I still here? Let's see if there's an alt route in here, so I can relearn how they've changed up their alt routes.
Lose this data and the mission
Okay,
will be a
that one
complete
is the
failure.
usual. That's the one I always look for. And sometimes forget to look for. Was this alt route open? Yes, it was. But I got spotted because I was too blind to see the bright blue lines indicating the visibility thing, which was nice. That was missed. Yeah, you also lunge forward, so your aim just is wrong every single time, no matter what.
Most wise founder, protect your avaricious servant.
Where are you, dude? Did somebody kill them already? Oh no, there they are. I love it when UI icons just vanish for no reason. Ah! They're by me. You know,
Your desire is found
that's funny,
wanting.
because I had magnetic damage and everything on there. That should have just shredded him, but it didn't. So that's good. I'm wasting everyone's time now.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
The assassination, however, should be pretty easy. Assassinations are no big deal. Unless they're Vayhak. Vayhak's just incredibly annoying. That and Lech Krill. Lech Krill I also find infuriating. Also Sargus Rook. Basically, if they've got invulnerability phases, I don't want to fight them as bosses. I don't like that as boss design. I don't think Bullet Sponge is particularly imaginative, but it's possible to do Bullet Sponge that isn't a bad fight.
And I say, let the
Oh,
void
energy
bathe
reduction.
you in its
Ew.
beautiful energy. Only prosperity can follow.
I hate void energy reduction. Well, here we go. Let's mash on through.
We contracted you. We are to find your mark and eliminate the assigned target.
So, the Coooooooos are just a cult worshipping money.
I went the wrong way. Because I'm clever. I know how to play this game for sure. I assume it's just the sergeant, right? Yeah, it is.
We've got attacks inbound.
Let's go on the offensive.
The sergeant is relatively irrelevant. Even at level 100. Like so. The mag had that handled. I didn't even shoot at him yet.
Let's get out of here.
Mag. Mag's kind of good. Mag kills bosses. The only bosses Mag does not kill are Lephantis, Sargus Ruck, Lech Krill, and I guess the Jackal. Just about every other boss. Well, okay, I guess the orbs aren't particularly affected by Mag. Just about every boss, other than that, every humanoid boss is in some way made much easier by Mag's presence, particularly Vayhak. I mean, okay, if you want.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Okay. Endo is fine. Endo is fine. Alright, now I'm going to switch back to Zaku and bang out the rest of this quest line, which is interesting. So one of the key takeaways I've had so far is apparently all the Orokin had weird, grotesquely distended arms. One grotesquely distended limb. Apparently that's a common thing. You can see little circuit lines on there or whatever. Data port input output sockets. So it's some sort of a technological thing. I'm not quite sure why. I wonder if that will ever be explained. Probably not. So because void damage makes a miniature bullet attractor bubble, having solid projectile munitions, particularly with a punch through, is rather nice. So Exorgis, for instance, which doesn't have as much status as I'd like, but meh. Also Radiation and Viral are not especially good against the infestation, but who cares? We'll be fine. Actually, what is the status arrangement on this? Because if I can do Viral and then... That's right, Charge Shell. And I do want to have Blaze if I can have it. Whatever, this is good enough. It'll do. Basically, you do serious booty blasting because you shoot them, and then the projectiles whiz around a lot. Actually, another good one is the Super Vandal. Let me get the Super out. That one's fun. Auto-tune. It makes me want to die inside. Why did I do this? I've made mistakes. Oh, there it is. I do have it on there. I don't really want corrosive. I could put gas on. Gas is okay against most of the infested in here. Heat. I can't put on wildfire. That's fine. Yes, multi. That's probably good enough. Yeah, why not? Cold doesn't do much to them. Status, though, that's where it's at. Because if we're going with Zaku, it's gonna do mass unpleasantness. So that's good. Mass unpleasantness is good. Alright, as you'll see, I didn't check my punch through. What's my punch through? Do I have punch through? Punch through. I have 2.2 punch through. We are fine. Is that a native thing on this? I guess it is. Because I don't have anything that would do it. Otherwise, I don't have Metal Auger on, for instance. Oh, because I have Prime Shred. Doy. I know what mods do. Absolutely, I know what mods do. This is my collection of Warframes I have to claim from the Foundry that I'm avoiding claiming from the Foundry because I'm actually low on Warframe slots. I can free a couple up just by getting rid of some of the free primes they've thrown out. Like, I have 2, I think, spare free Hydroid primes, but I'm going to worry about inventory management after I get Helminth unlocked. I'm going to switch to solo. Cambion Drift. Oh, okay, so that's how it's going. Alright. So, giant robots, yay.
There's no time for training exercises.
But we've got to prepare.
Tenno, get down there.
They
You're just
hover.
going to
They
to
have,
learn as you go.
like, pseudo chicken leg joints. I say pseudo because they basically function like a human knee joint, but it just goes the other direction, and then it's kind of an aesthetic thing as opposed to a functional thing. They have verniers for hovering. They bounce a lot, which is kind of annoying. They have a ton of kick with the gun. The gun is a lot of kick. They also are the dopiest looking thing in the universe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, whoever put in all the effort of designing these, but your giant robots look freaking dopey. Like, damn. Okay. I'm not saying Gundams are the be-all, end-all. They're not. In fact, most Gundams lately, I think, look kind of trashy, but this thing just looks silly. I don't even know where to begin. I like its goofy joints though, but a lot of them are kind of these scrawny joints that look like if you breathed on them they'd break. So it's got energy to worry about, it's got abilities you'll get eventually. It's got some ammo management you have to worry about, but it does regenerate, so it's not a big deal. It's got shields, it's got health. It moves. It moves. Like, it doesn't move quickly, but it's not extremely slow. And then you have to spend like a friggin' year trying to farm the parts for them. So that's nice. They have all of exactly 2, I think, weapons. Period. Oh, that's right. It's got melee as well. Where you just kind of strut at them menacingly. And you can, like, dash through them because doing a Psycho Crusher is cool. And you turn so slowly when you're trying to do that. The weapons have an alt fire, which is cool. I like alt fire weapons. It's a booty blaster. It goes boom. That's your booty. Blasted. They're tall, so sometimes they have difficulty walking through certain areas, but they're not so tall that they can't go to places like this. The bullets go boom, they explode, which is nice. They have a radius. The actual environment of Deimos is red. It's red. Get accustomed to the color red and orange. You will see a lot of it. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of incredibly viscous, milky material that you walk on. You do not sink into it, which is kind of uncomfortable. I won't say what it reminds me of. I think everybody's touched on that.
Yes. Secondary systems are back.
And of course, there's the lovely aspect that, oh yeah, these things A, don't have loot vacuum, which is infuriating, and B, it's just a million different kinds of resources you need to get again, so that's good. Isn't this one of the problems that we... At least it's fairly manageable in the sense that, there are multiple ways to get resources, like canisters. Canisters will drop resources, so they're not bad. There aren't too many different resources, but there's enough so that it... Like, for the mining of minerals, it's pretty onerous. Because there's, I don't know, at least six new mining specific resources. It's probably more like 8 or 10. It's a bit frustrating. So you can make like coolant things. You can also explode the coolant thing. Thanks for reusing existing mechanics, DE. We appreciate it. If it's familiar, it's because it works exactly like... Oh, neat. It just didn't throw. Oh, animation interrupted, I guess. That's nice, and I couldn't blow up the thing. Some new infested variants that have cool dreadlocks, which is nice. Infested with hair is cool.
The caves aren't exactly clear, but it should help.
You go strut, strut, strut. I'm stuck, stuck, stuck.
Okay, if you do.
My favorite enemies, new enemies so far.
Take it easy. I've summoned some velocipods too.
Are there are these really big, and I don't remember what they're called because I've only fought them like twice. There's these really big bug things that summon other things. That summon like ground tentacles that I'm quite fond of because they're big and imposing. They're not that hard to kill because they're just damage sponges, but they're neat. Oh dear. I've made a mistake. That'll happen. These caves are just big enough for this thing, and really, they should be a lot bigger. Yay, sphincters. I'm gonna do a really slow Cossack dance, and you can't stop me. I also like these, the infested murder centipedes. They're cool. The hitbox for Necromech melee is incredibly questionable. That is to say, it doesn't work. Like, it's also weak. Like 407 damage when I could shoot it for many times that amount is kind of. Sort of makes you reassess your options and your life choices up until that point. It's still cool because pilotable mechs are cool, but here we go. Haha! It's called a landing animation cancel. You fool! I headbutt the ground because I don't like it. You know what? I'm done killing these. Goodbye. You have a nice day.
When you get to the heart, you have to patch the damage, and then we'll restart the system. It's a lot, but we're counting on you.
So there's a thing, it's called a heart, it does heart things, it pumps, it goes th-thump, 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 and it has clearly the center of all emotions in the body, so. And unlike the brain, it is not used for the cooling of the blood. But it does void things too, because it's like keeping the rift between the material plane and the void plane open, allowing us to siphon void energy from said void plane. How they built the thing in the first place, who knows? Who cares? It's Orokin space magic. Don't worry about it. As they say. But the Necromech gets 4 abilities. One
Waking up. You should have additional functionality.
is I don't even remember what the 3 does. Oh yes, it's the those. They go boom. We also have these guys again, the Leaping Thrashers, which are cool. I like them. I thought Leaping Thrashers were originally intended to replace the Ancients, but that didn't transpire. I'm not sure if it's that people were attached to the Ancients or what. Another practical upshot of the Necromech is that it gives Scott's precious stamina gauge back. That man did not want to get rid of stamina gauges at all. So for those who haven't played Warframe for the last 10 years, 7, 8, 9, I don't know how many years we're up to. 8, I guess. Yeah, it was late 2012, so almost 8 years. Warframes used to require used to have an additional green stamina gauge, which could control how much they could sprint and do certain other activities. I don't think melee used it, but I believe jumping prevented it regenerating. This was before bullet jumps. This was when we had an entire dedicated ability on Excalibur for vertical movement called Super Jump. Many of us remember those days and quake and shudder in fear. Now we just get horizontal movement abilities, and I guess Zephyr. Zephyr does vertical movement too. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, I don't have to open that again? So I have to blow up some hives.
Where the hell is that necromech?
Carter, the spores. Son, you're on repairs.
No one listens to me.
Nope. And why would they?
Clear out those infested and destroy their spore clusters before we seal the chamber.
I do like hover shooting. I find hover shooting fun. But Armored Core, this is not. I am not a next in this thing. It's more like Front Mission Evolved or something. Except that game is like kind of twitchy, and this is not. I wish the mines actually stuck around as opposed to disappearing as soon as they show up. Oh, I'm out of ammo. That's good. I mean, I think it's nice that we're going to wind up getting more necromechs, but, like, I see them becoming very much like, our good friends, the Arcwings, where they're largely irrelevant. I mean, for traversal, these things are already irrelevant because Arcwings do everything these do in terms of speed and then some, and are by and large more useful anyway. I'm a fan of you, Juggies. Get out. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, okay. Now they're gonna give me a science gun.
Spore clusters clear.
I rigged Snake with an old Omni tool. Ready?
Snake. 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 So it does what you just do Omni tool things. It's no big deal. Can I reach that from here? Neat. There's like another one over here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. It's not like there's a time limit as far as I'm aware.
What do you think, Mother?
Seal the chamber. Initiating restart sequence. By look, we pass through and beyond.
Did we though?
Chamber sealed. That's it for your ride. One-way trip with poor Snake. I'll cut the reroute as soon as the heart's beating. And you'll be back to your old
So there's a
self
bunch
again.
of like Orokin people who've been
Restart in
assimilated by the infestation, partially. They're a family, I guess.
I'm sure you've got the correct derivatives. Again. 3, 2, 1.
Ba-bum.
Perfect. Just perfect.
He's an idiot.
It doesn't make sense. Something must be interfering. I checked the equations.
Well, check them again.
Okay.
Yell at me. Again.
Wumpity thump diddy thump thump. And now we have to fight one of these, and these things are like kryptonite to, they disabled my Warframe earlier and I didn't like it.
You've got to destroy this thing, or we're back where we started.
Oh cool, it just ate that. Is there a thing we should be shooting? What's the deal? Ow! Woo, 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 woo. I don't know what I'm supposed to be shooting, so I'm shooting everything. He's causing me the hurt, and I don't like it. Snake! supposed to blow off its limbs, I guess. Oh, does that regenerate my shields too? That's neat. No, don't hurt. So yeah, I guess this makes me partially invulnerable or something? I don't know what part of you I'm supposed to hit, my guy.
Snake?
So I can tell that's gonna get real old real fast. You are fragile. It's not his legs. There's some part of him I'm supposed to hit, but I'm not doing it right. So, insert the floppy disk containing the plans for Plan A, which is shoot the thing until it dies. Also, I'm running out of ammo. That's less ideal. Guess I shot it in the face enough? I don't know.
You gave her a good send-off. You have my
Oh, it's a
thanks.
her now. Okay.
Ah, Snake. I'm gonna miss you. But you've earned your rest, alright? Rerouting you.
He likes giant robots, so he's okay. Not that giant, but they're biggish robots. They're probably like no larger than an armored trooper from Bottoms. Maybe what were the things in Gazaraki called? I don't even remember. The Mex and Gazaraki, their name. Here we go. A chitinous husk. All these juggy bits. So useless, all of them. Once you've built, like, I think it's 4 total Fairliac pods that you need in order to get something. It's not a lot. Maybe it's 5 or 6. You don't need many. It's like a couple juggernauts worth of grind, and then you never need them again, ever. And they still drop the parts, and you never, ever, ever, ever need Fairliac pods ever again. Until they make them relevant again in some twist of twisting fate. I don't know. Oh, you are bald.
They're an insufferable lot, aren't they? My son, father, blustery and spineless all at once. His absentee wife, mother, who can't see past what she's lost to see what she has. And who can blame the children? Daughter, trying to convince herself she's so different, it only makes her more the same. And the boy, poor son, he mistakes kindness for mediocrity. Who was he competing with other than himself? But in a crisis, they can come together. I've no idea what you're talking about. But even as they've forgotten themselves, their names, their bonds, they might still be our family. Seems you're an important part of that now. So maybe I can help you and your family. This Warframe, Zaku, somewhat of a family themselves. A sum of many, a composite of others we lost in the ages that our Entrati family has served here.
Yay, we're done with that. Now we have the real grind. Also, I guess another quest line or something. I don't know.
I think we've had more than enough excitement for one day. I could do with a little lie down.
That said, I like her earrings. They're classy.
You make sure you stay safe and snug, dear. Wrap up well. It's a thief and a liar is Deimos. tears over girls and boys and cephalons too, like a nasty fog, until all the bright lights in your memory are quite blotted out. That's why they're like that, you see. So much forgotten. Oh, but we mustn't cry over it. Never that. Help me bring them back, would you, dear? Remember how it's done? Pinch of this, dab of that, mend a kettle, mend a heart, and it's all right.
That was singularly useless in terms of conveying any actual, practical, actionable information. Thank you so much. Oh boy. These basically operate like the whatchamacallums from the debt bonds from Fortuna. Except you need to use tokens from other things in order to get them, which are gained from various tasks.
Can't be helped. This stuff's been in storage for years.
What do we got?
I hope it's still good.
Oh, cosmetic things. Neat. Oh, I want one. It's gooey. Insectoid plant? Okay. Never seen anything that looked... I see nothing in it that looks even remotely insectoid, but alright. Great low maintenance addition to any space, including space. See, now that's classy. Looks like a pair of lungs. So has whatever that is there. Neat. H.R. Geiger says hi. Oh, that's pretty classy. Definitely want to get one of those. So these are all the cosmetic... oh, these are nice too. That is less nice. For your orbiter. Oh, this is a resource. Okay. Then you just have a glyph, I guess.
Very well. I'll be here. Let's you and
I don't have any
a
tokens
chin
because
wag.
I guess they just decide not to let you have get tokens while doing things
As you
until you
wish.
actually
Goodbye,
clear the
dear.
quest.
I'll see what else I can unearth.
So even if I had spent like 12 hours in that place before now, it would have done me no good.
I'm not Lloyd. Lloyd is Lloyd.
You'll have to excuse Otak. His personality was damaged irreparably by Deimos' energies, making it necessary to transfer his intelligence to this, our current shared form.
I'm not sure if they're cephalons or what.
My attempted defragmentation of his persona matrix was not a complete success. Tell them about mining, Otak.
Mining. Oh yeah, mining. There are things to be mined.
Yes.
Minerals. We'll use the minerals to make
The
the
things that are necessary for survival on Deimos. Now, ask politely, Otak.
Would you please mine the minerals?
Yes. I guess. I do actually have some of these resources, which is nice. Not very many. Oh god. Resources that require other resources. Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
So many
And I
things
need to
mine
rank
on
up in order to get them,
Deimos. For
which is
instance, we
fun.
can mine minerals. Well, poot.
Oh, more of these then? Okay. Oh, you just trade in resources. That's nice. So they have
Playing
like
it coy.
an excessively complicated. I'm not spending at all
See you again, ship. Did you come to talk about
on
mining?
those.
How
I
did
didn't
you
want to
know
click on
that's
that.
right together? We will build.
Okay. I think I want to look for bounties, which are probably in an intelligently centralized location, right?
We tried it her way. And where did it get us? Just look at me. So now I'm doing things my way, like I should. should have done all along. We'll show them, won't we? You and me. Make them sit up and pay attention. The weapons, they're just one branch of the project. You keep on like this, and I might cut you in on more of what I've really been working on. You know what I'm talking about. Had a taste of it already, didn't you? You can't out-evolve Deimos, but you can procure what you need to I guess you know what's best for you.
I don't. I don't know anything. I know nothing anymore. These I don't have. But you need standing for everything. Everything you need standing for. Oh, that's right. I forgot they added these. Gosh, that's a mod. 7 cost and just a big ton of viral damage for the Act Broncos. Prime. Act Bronco Prime. Apropos of nothing. If that's 90 base, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Like, ammo efficiency just is percent chance to not cost a bullet when shooting. I don't remember if that's relevant to bullets you're firing in the clip or not, because there haven't been many things that use that exact mechanic. And I still need to get all of this other stuff. I don't even know what wax and sebum is. Okay, so that's gonna be fun. I do want to get these though, because they've got like alt fire on. I think all of these. They're not exactly Orokin weapons, and trotty guns, I guess, have alt fires, which is neat.
Okay, I guess not.
I
Remember,
guess I could probably make some of these, right? They're just expensive. Oh, I don't have foam residue. I don't have foam residue? I know I've picked up a ton of that stuff, but okay. Whatever. But yeah, you buy lots of tokens, you trade in the tokens for, what do I have here for... No, I can't afford that just yet. You trade in the tokens for standing, rinse, wash, repeat. Welcome to the war farm.
Remember, this never be seeing you again, Sheriff.
Oh, that's right, there's conservation here. Something I plan on doing very little of indeed.
This is not how I would have chosen to welcome a colleague, but embarrassment is a luxury I discarded long ago. Frankly, my daughter is an entitled, self-pitying whelp, my son an arrogant upstart, and my husband a mealy-mouthed relic of his old self. Every last one of them has let me down. You may find them useful. I barely find them tolerable. If I can count upon your loyalty, we will work well together. I intend to tame this place, and you can help me.
Okay.
I am open to dialogue.
I need more spinal core sections. Yay. So the grind is real, as
There's
people
so
have noticed.
much to be done here on Deimos.
I should probably do all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna finish talking to all these people. There's, what, 2 more? I have to find the son and I have to find the daughter, I think.
My family may choose to live in witless denial of our condition, but I accept it. Deimos is my mistress, whether I chose her or not. Her bitter kisses fester in my veins. Witness, Tenna, we are truly become one flesh. I crave to understand her for myself. Whatever you need to provide me samples of her processes and function, wildlife, I will provide. But if I am to understand them, I require them intact. You sedate them. I shall arrange retrieval. You shall be rewarded.
I'm sort of amazed that that the infestation would allow you to tranquilize anything that they've got going, but I guess whatever, right?
The Atmos pulsing today, friend. Just smell those as you wish.
What do we got? Oh, these are for the right. There's capturable pet things.
Oh hey, heading for the ventricle? If you find an interesting sample or two out in the chamber, say a Vulpaphyla or Atticea, I'd love a closer look. I can kit you out so it's a more pleasurable experience.
Let's see.
Round up some infested
Well, I have none of that, and I'm not going to be getting of it for a while.
You'll
I don't
notice the life
do.
forms of Deimos are constantly ripping chunks out
Oh,
of
I
it.
see. So these are the
If you happen across a
local
Predacyte or a
analog
Vulpaphyla
to
that's been wounded by the
Zaws
infested,
is just
you have a chance
critters.
to save it. Just trank it quickly before it succumbs. Use as many shots as you need. Once it's recovered, you can raise it as you wish.
Okay. That's cute. It seems sort of impractical. I wish this showed, like, stats at all. But okay. Whatever a Penjaga is.
Done.
That appears to be purely cosmetic. Changes the color and, like, the face, I guess. Yep, those are, yep. Gives it a bulky horn thing. So these seem to be mostly just cosmetic adaptations. Other than the changing what its resistances are. Proto Shield is probably the better of the three, I think, but I don't remember now.
You'll
Then
notice
we've
the
got
life
another
forms of
one,
Deimos
which is
are
like a
constantly
weird
ripping chunks
bug
out.
cat thing. Or jackal thing. And then he just wants you to capture stuff, I guess. Okay. They're cute. stuff.
See you around.
Let's see, where else? Where else? Oh, I haven't done fish yet. That's over here.
This would be where I showed you my birthright of ancestral fish, but... well, you've already met my charming brother. Some remnants of the original genetic matrix appear to have survived in the exoplanet, though the infestation is steadily claiming them. If you can catch any and bring them to me, I'd appreciate it. We can salvage anything useful. I can't undo what he did, but I won't let him have the last word. Are you thinking of doing some fishing in the exoplanet? I can help.
Practical upshot to fishing in this is the shock electrocution Fortuna throwing spear actually works on these, which kinda good. Of course, I do need to get one of those. Oh, there's two different kinds, I see. And this goes through the totally not infested space jizz lakes. That you find around the place. So I really need to...
Be careful with the first incision. One clumsy moment can wreck everything.
Now I've been told, I believe, that I need to be somewhat careful about dissecting these unless they've fixed it. You want to do one at a time.
Infested this one, inside and out.
Oh, I like how it tells you exactly what you're going to get beforehand. Look at that. That's so useless. Interfaces. Apparently hard.
Excellent job.
You can also get most of these resources by...
Well done. You know what you're doing, so I'll let you get on with it.
I'm going to do two of these and see if that breaks.
Being allowed to watch, however.
It didn't. Creepy. She wants to watch. I could fish.
Totally infested this one. Inside a practiced hand, I see. Definitely plenty more of these where this came from.
Where are you? There we go.
By all
So yeah, you have to get
means,
lots and lots of
fishing
tokens. Mountains of tokens,
when I
oh
pick you out
god.
of a Cryptocertus's gut sack, I'll be sure to say hello.
Nice. Oh, you need lots of... and that's only worth 3. That's horrible. Not gonna blow that just yet. So yeah, these are all just like code word for give me these resources and magic happens. Oh, I'm reading the numbers backwards because I have a huge brain. So that's good. Browse wares. Oh, you only need a medium one of those. Oh, I just always assume you need a large. Interesting. Okay. Maybe they don't come in a large? That'd be odd. But not impossible.
See you soon?
Question mark? Right. Have I got the one that's up this way? It's a spooky door. Evidently, this is where I go to do the things that are thingy.
A visitor? Quite rare these days. We never receive visitors.
So I guess this is an entirely separate progression chunk, which is just great. All these components and materials, so little time. Wow, 30 spinal cord sections, nice. That's going to take a year, which is of course the point.
I am sorry we were not able to arrive at a satisfactory arrangement.
Okay.
Are you interested?
Oh, I see. So
Another time, then?
that's kind of backward.
Quiet, Otak.
Oh, that's fucking annoying. How many of these do I have? Do I have one, I guess? And I believe you get these from bullying the robots, however that's done. In terms of telling you how to actually farm things effectively, this has been the tutorial for this area is of incredibly dubious value.
Be pragmatic in all aspects of life.
Yep, pragmatism is good. Who haven't I seen? Seen you. Seen the son who does doggies and cats. Seen him who does things. No, I've seen them all, so now it's bounty time, I guess.
The boy, shall we?
Oh, they're only worth 100. That's bad.
Maybe later.
Oh, I see. So here's the question. In order to get one of these, you need 10. Okay, so that does actually work out pretty handily. Because 10 father tokens is only 1,000 standing, whereas I think one of hers are...
I never could persuade, of course. Take your time.
It's 1,500, so... Somebody's worth 500 here, though. Sun tokens are worth 500. See, that right there is an even exchange and therefore not worth it. You might as well just, because that's 500 plus 1,000. That's, well, you get 2, so I guess it's double, so that's worth it. Anything with a sun token you definitely want to take a hard look at. Yeah, most of them look like they do basically benefit you then. Ah, well, this stuff's going to take forever. So I'm going to go find the bounties, do some bounties, get whatever basic rewards the bounties are going to give, and work my way up from there. I'm going to get off of solo. Alright, give me bounty.
You are here to assist.
I'm not going to do that. We'll do something easy to start and go from there. Which is spring-loaded chamber? Oh, that. On reload mods. Meh. Oh, I should probably farm the components for Zaku, really. There's a trapezium hoozy, what's it? It's a resource. Got it. Zaku systems, chassis. Chassis again. optics. Okay. We should probably start with going for that stuff, so that I get the Zaku components ready and available for building the one that I'm going to sacrifice.
Of both Grenier and Corpus have become trapped on Deimos. Caches of resources left behind by the survivors still dot the surface. See what you can find and bring back. Lloyd will show you where to look.
Isn't that nice? I like how it pushes you away like void gates. That doesn't make me sad. No. No, sir. Not at all.
Keep the Motown
Ah,
insect at bay
why?
while the purifier does its work.
Something's wrong. I should be... Oh no, 50 seconds is right. I take it back. What are you? No, seriously, what is that? Okay. Oh, that was infuriating. Okay. That's the sort of thing it would have been nice to know about during the tutorial, probably. Yeah. No, obviously can't slide through that. Are they holding something, or...
You're making waves, dreamers. I can feel it.
I'm trying to interact with the thing, but it's not doing a whole lot. These are the big things that I like. They're cool. But they're fairly... Like the first one I fought solo, I was a little concerned, and then they just kind of died.
Purifier operation complete, and rare samples gathered. This data is excellent.
Oh,
That is a positive
I have a
win
phone
for
call.
data. We're dabbling of the data we are looking for. Nonetheless, good work, Tino. The Corpus researcher, Latrox Oon, is in the area. Seek his assistance for cache reclamation.
There you are. Oh, a sight for sore eyes. Look at you. Magnificent. Hello? Latrox Oon. Our enchanted friends have, I suppose, requested that I provide them samples of native fauna. Not the kind of people one can really fail if you know so much. Help?
seems clueless about the location of any caches. He is likely lying to keep them for himself. Corpus is as Corpus does.
Oh, hey, there's a cache near here. Maybe it's the one we're looking for. The infestation's got that box gripped tight. Blast that sucker. Now then, maybe we can find another way to break it free. What's that connected to it?
The infested substrate has formed tumors anchoring the cache. Blast them free. That is the last small tumor. Now return to the main growth and break it open. Excellent. You should be able to retrieve the cache now. Efficiently procured. The additional cache contents should prove invaluable.
Lloyd tells me you have a cache unlocked. A decent enough haul for our collective efforts. I'm not sure what we would do without these occasional windfalls.
I run diagnostics